Welcome to the Bike Talk with Dave podcast. I'm your host, Dave Mabel. Thanks for tuning in. Today we've got a special report from the Rattlesnake Gravel Grind in Sweetwater, Texas, which was held from March 19th to the 23rd, with the main event happening on Saturday the 22nd. For the past few years, Dee and I have driven down to Sweetwater for a great weekend of camping, food, music, and riding. The riding is great, and each year I've woven together a podcast with the winners and some of the other participants. And to get a taste of this great event, I would recommend scrolling back to episodes number 68 and 120 for fun recaps of the weekend. Anyway, this year, well, I was shattered when we got done. I'm sure it was a combination of the elements, i.e. the heat and the wind, and the new course. It's grown to 75 miles. We do the short, the medium, the medium well. They've got a 14 miler, a 30 miler, a 50 miler. They call it a 70, maybe 75, and a 100 mile, which is 103.5. But we do the 70 miler because I got to get back and do a podcast, right? Anyway, the 70 miler has grown to 75 miles, and Mr. David King, the race organizer, has really outdone himself and found some incredible and challenging trails through a whole ton of local ranch lands. The ranchers there support him. This race supports local volunteer fire departments from surrounding communities around Sweetwater, and the whole community pitches in to make this a great event. So these ranchers open up their gates. Check out Justin McQuerry's Facebook or Instagram page, and you'll see maybe they got there before the gates were open. Anyway, the gates open up to these private ranches that we've got permission to ride on, and they are amazing. Like, you can't ride there any other time, but this weekend, and the trails there. I'm not going to go on and on about the trails right now because we talk about it quite a bit during the conversations after the race. Anyway, in addition to the challenging course, the strong winds, it's pretty obvious why they've chosen to put huge wind farms on all these ridges, and the heat. I've also got to admit that I just don't have the miles in this year that I've had in the past. Regular listeners will know that I was laid up with a bad infection last fall and into the winter, and it's taken me quite a while to ramp my riding back up. So all of this is to say that I did get some post-race convos, but I did not have the enthusiasm maybe that I've had in the past. I was cooked. But I did get a great post-race conversation with two-time winner Lauren Stephens, and then kind of a super fun chat with the top four guys all together. And that includes two-time winner Joe Laverick, the 2023 winner Justin McQuerry, Chris Mehlman, and we got a new guy, Hayden Christian, super nice guy. So, you all know that I love bringing you some of the music of the event. So in addition to hearing from Lauren Stephens and the boys, after Lauren Stephens, we're going to take a musical break with Beyond Destiny's Nikki Heath. Nikki Heath, any basketball fans, any Texas Tech fans that go way back, Nikki Heath was, she is a Sweetwater girl, and she played for Texas Tech on the women's basketball team 1993 when they won the NCAA National Championship. How fun is that? But she is very musically talented and put on a great show. Actually, we dug around on Apple Music and Spotify and found her group Beyond Destiny, so I'd recommend you dive into that. Anyway, after we hear from Nikki Heath, then we'll get to the boys. We got kind of all four together after the podium, and had a great conversation. And to cap off this episode, we're going to hear from another musical guest who played live music. I'm telling you what, That weekend is awesome. There's live music all weekend long. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even Sunday. So in addition to the food, the beers, the great rides, the great camaraderie, there's music. And we hear from the Bo Barnes. So I hope you enjoy. So without further ado, let's hear from Lauren Stephens. Lauren Stephens, congratulations on win number 2 at the Rattlesnake Gravel Grind. Whew, I found that to be, what a day. How'd you find today?
Yeah, the course was extra hard this year. We had wind, more climbs than previous years, and the climbs were looser. But luckily I was able to stay on my bike the whole time.
You were able to stay on your bike the whole time?
I was, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to on the climb up to the windmills.
There were a couple of climbs that were sketchy, and you made them all.
I made them all.
And when I say all, like, we just kept going up these things. Didn't you think that?
Yeah, we even went up one of them twice.
It was horrible.
Yeah, I remember when I told one of the guys in my group, like, you remember that second climb? Yeah, we're going there again.
If I would have known that when I signed up, I might have done the 50, but yeah, I realized as we went down that long paved downhill, I was like, oh no, there's one way out of this.
Yep, it's coming back.
Yeah, so how was the race for you?
Yeah, the race was really good. We hit the first climb about 14K in, and I wasn't able to stay with the very first group of guys, but I was able to settle into a group of 4 or 5. We even picked up some from that front group, and we rode most of the day together.
Nice. Cooperating?
Yeah, I mean, it was so windy out there. Nobody really wanted to be alone, so that you had that end of it. On the last climb, everyone was pretty much done, and I came over the top ahead of everyone and decided to just keep pedaling, and I ended up finishing solo.
Oh, nice. That was probably a good finish to finish solo. That was fast coming home, didn't you think?
Yeah, it was very fast. Then also we were like hit some double track with sand, and sometimes it's just like nicer to be alone in those technical sections.
100%. So this course threw about everything at us. Sand, I'm calling it freaking mountain bike, like Leadville mountain bike, climbs, pavement, and then actual gravel. This is a gravel race. I don't know, what would you tell somebody about this race, this course, who hasn't done it or seen it?
It's really cool. Like, you come out to West Texas and you think it's just totally flat, and it's not. It's just flat on the highway. And once you get off the highway, there's all kinds of valleys and plateaus, and you can just make such an interesting course, and it's really cool what David's been able to put together.
It's super interesting what he's put together, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's able to go on a bunch of private roads, and I think that's the benefit of being local, that he knows people in the area and able to use just all these roads that ride up to these windmills or wind turbines.
That's awesome. So I got to ask you, I'm going to segue here. I just had a conversation with Levi Leipheimer about the Growler. Super unique. It's a road race, but I look and it's like all these gravel stars are doing this road race. Like, explain how you feel about the dynamics of this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I went last year, and we did a mass start last year, and this year we're doing separate starts, and I think it's going to be an interesting race, and I think we're going to have a lot more women there this year.
That's a good thing. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Last year it conflicted with Redlands, so the women's field was pretty small. So I think, last year we definitely had a lot of gravel racers, but I think there's a chance this year that we might have a mixture of both, which that will be pretty cool.
That'll be cool and interesting.
Yeah, last year we were all individuals, and you're coming in racing as individuals, where if teams show up, it's just going to change the dynamic. Big time.
One of the things that he's super excited about is broadcasting this thing live with your not husband, Matt Stephens.
Yeah, there's another Matt Stephens that's a little more famous for commentating, and former British national champ that is going to be commentating the race.
Isn't there another Matt Stephens he's not British national champ? ex-national champ, though.
Yeah, my Matt Stephens is a Madison national champ and a pretty well-known gravel racer here in the U.S.
But he is not talking during this thing. So I'm curious, like, you've got sponsors on your kit. You're wearing the feed hat right now. How important is it to bring live racing back to the United States?
Yeah, I mean, live racing, having that publicity and having that way that you can show people what you're doing and you're not just telling them about it. I think it's very important for people to see the racing rather than just hear about it.
Are we going to talk to David King about getting Rattlesnake Gravel Grind live?
You know, I don't know if we've got to have everything live.
Fair enough. I will say nobody wants to see what we went through out there for sure.
Yeah, and having vehicles out there filming with the dust, like, it's just not always going to work in gravel.
Yeah, that would have been rough. All right, thanks. Congratulations on year number 2, and have a great rest of the season.
Thanks.
At this women's shelter, and this young woman, she told me her story about how she got away from her abusive husband and how she finally had to just break free. And her friends didn't know what was going on because she never told them. But she finally got free, ended up getting remarried, had kids, children, the whole thing, and now she's doing great. But after meeting her, I went home, and this song came pretty quickly. And so we're actually going to release it March 28th. It comes out on all streaming platforms. This song is called I Can't Keep Crying. I hope you like it. Rain just keep falling on my window pane. I'm driving down the road, gotta get away. Should I go? Should I stay? 'Cause I can't keep crying. No, I won't keep crying. I can't keep crying. I won't keep crying. I'm looking at the clock after midnight. Should I pick up the phone, call those I've left behind? Should I call, say goodbye? 'Cause I won't keep crying. No, I can't keep crying. I won't keep crying. I won't keep crying. My friends, they don't know what I'm going through. I try to tell them, don't know what to do. I was in pain every day. Now I won't keep crying. No, I can't keep crying. I won't keep crying. I'm not keep crying. No, I won't keep crying. appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Again, I'm Nikki Heath. Appreciate it. Go follow my band, Official Beyond Destiny, website, Spotify, all of it. Go check us out. Follow us. Thank you so much.
Hayden Christian, third place on the day. That's the third spot on the podium there, Justin. Sorry.
I was hunting for it. But...
You were hunting for it. You were chasing. Great ride today. I haven't seen you here before. And how old are you?
I'm 21 years old.
21 years old. So is this a big race for you?
Yeah, this is a big race for me. I mean, it's super cool to race my bike in Texas. I mean, usually during this time, I'm in Arizona right about now, in Prescott, riding up there. So usually I'm training for the Whiskey 50 in Prescott. And so this year I've stayed home for a little bit. So based out of San Antonio right now, and getting to do some Texas gravel racing. Starting off with Turkey a few weeks ago. Didn't go too well, and now out here at the Rattlesnake for a redemption, and third place is what it was.
Pretty good day. That was a good crew you were racing with for sure. So Whiskey, are you a mountain biker?
I'm a mountain biker.
So how was today's course? Did you like it? Because, I mean, I would call it a mountain bike course.
I would say there was some good technical sections to it. Some favored the roadies and some favored mountain bikers. So I felt like it was an even split and made for a good day of racing.
So from your perspective, you guys came by us. I shouldn't really admit this because you did 105 and I did 75. But you came by us with like 2 hours to go. So that's all I'm going to say. It was a long day out there. You guys came by us. It was a group of three, you and Mehlman and Laverick, right?
Yes.
Sorry, Justin, that was another. We love you, right? Okay, good,
I'm
good,
going
good.
off of first names here.
So you had Chris and Joe with you.
Chris and Joe.
Yeah,
That's
Chris
right.
and Joe. How did you guys end up together riding across the ridge line and the windmills together?
Oh man, it was a long day. Let me really think here. So I'm gonna say about mile
70. We figured you were around 70, 75.
Okay. So mile 50, I think it was a group of four, and we hit our first little double track, and it was a little sandy, and I went off the front, and Joe and Chris came with, and the fourth rider popped off, and then from about, I would say mile 55, 50, it was us three for the rest of the day.
Oh, nice. It was a super fast, downhill, paved, tailwind, mile and a half to the finish line. Did you guys go three up, or had it been sorted out before then?
It's been sorted out before then, sadly. I wish I could tell you we sprinted for it, but that is not the case. It was about 2 miles to go in the sand section still, and Joe made an attack, and then it was an attack I could not follow, sadly. Let's just say the left leg cramped up a little bit, and that was all she wrote, and it was one gear going in. It was
easy gear going in.
It wasn't a totally easy gear, but it wasn't a super hard gear. We rode it in, and I was a little bummed about it, but I mean, it is what it is.
Did you know Justin was hunting you down?
No, I did not.
Yeah, he was hunting you down.
Super
He was hunting you down. Come here, Justin. Come on in here. Fourth place on the day, but still they had a wide-angle podium.
Yeah, they
so
did.
You got your picture taken up there.
they
I
sure
appreciate that. Yeah. How was the day for you? This dude is just bringing it home in one gear, trying to get her done. Were you hunting him down?
I definitely was. And this is a total tactical lapse of judgment on my part, but it's probably 25, 30 miles in, flat section, windy. It wasn't that technical. Hayden went a little faster there. I wouldn't say it was a full attack, and I followed him, and I was just like a bike length behind him and let the wheel go, and I was like, it was more of I just don't want to do this right now. And then Joe attacked around me, and both Chris and Beckham attacked around me, and that was it. They were gone, and I sat about a minute behind them. I was with Justin Bold for 20, 30 minutes, but then solo for the next 3.5 hours.
Oof.
About a minute behind them, just trying to hope they were going to play some games and give me an opportunity to get back in contention, but just these guys are fast, so it never really happened, unfortunately.
Yeah. So listen, we talked about tire size in our last conversation before this race. 2.21, 2.2. Dude, was that spot on or what?
I think for this course that it was 100% the move. I ended up riding 2.0s front and rear for this. I was debating 2.2s, but last second decision to go 2.0s because I know there's a bit of road on this.
There's some road.
And I thought for this course that was perfect. Like with it being as loose and as much sand and like a couple of technical sections, having a wide tire was the 100% the way to go.
Yeah, Hayden's a mountain biker by trade. What'd you ride today?
So I'm a little embarrassed to talk about this.
33s with 60 psi.
I ran 28s to show the roadies what's up. You know, so I'm a mountain biker, but I wanted to try the 28s because I heard they roll fast, and I was like, this will be the move. It was not the move. Actually, 45s, I would say it's a 50 course.
Yeah, for sure. You rode 45s, though?
I did ride 45s.
Yeah, was there any slipping on those hills?
No, the traction was good, but I think a wider tire just gives you a little more room for air at times.
I mean, it was very mountain biking, so that's 100% correct.
It made me stay on my toes, let's just say that.
Yeah, fair enough. Joe, the winner today, come on in here. It says on your shirt there that you are here for the gravel. You came for the gravel. What'd you find? I actually got to ask you a little bit about here for the gravel, but how was your day today? Second win.
Yeah, it ended very, very well, but I've got to say the middle 3 hours was very, very, very rough.
Because you knew you were being chased by Justin? Is that...
Well, the thing is, I knew Justin was on my tail and I was petrified, so I had to go harder, and then I blew up.
I believe you.
But no, it was kind of like a weird, almost like dichotomy. I felt so good at the start and like kicked it off early. And then as it got hotter, I gradually got worse. So like by the last hour, I was hanging on for dear life, just hoping it'd come to a sprint.
Hayden, did you know that? Did you know he was hanging on for dear life?
I think we were all kind of hanging on for dear life, and it was just who could hide it the best, and I think all three of us did a pretty good job hiding it. I think maybe I cracked a little bit and showed a little bit of pain at times, but I tried my best. But I think when you're towards the end of a 100-mile race, there was some times where we were really going easy. You kind of know that everybody's suffering just as much as you are. It's just who can suffer the most.
Yeah, that's fair. Did you know he was cracking?
No, I actually thought you were going to win, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Going into the last double track, I was like, technically you're the most, like, I don't, obviously never raced you, but like I was like, technically you've seen the most sound. I was like, I guess you're going to sprint. I knew I could probably take Chris in a sprint, but I was like, let's get to the last double track and hopefully dive bomb on a corner, like the final corner to the line. But I purposely went in like second or third wheel to follow people, so see if I can make mistakes. And I just saw there was like a pause, like we all looked at each other. I was like, why not? Let's attack, see what happens. And it's kind of a soft attack, but just seemed to loosen it up enough to maybe cause what ended up in the winning attack.
Yeah. Oh, nice. How'd you find the course today? It was you rode last year, and it was very different from last year. Kind of looped back on ourselves, did some of the same. Even though there were already more climbs introduced, we got to do them twice. So what'd you think of the course?
It was like weirdly familiar at times from last year. But no, I really like the new course. If David could order the wind to be lowered next 100%. Year, that would make the course even better because it is brutal on top of that ridge. But no, I really, really enjoyed it. I think there's something for everyone. It's like I can try go on a climb, someone else can try split it in a single track, or you've got the flat lands. The climbs are never too long. Like 90 seconds, 2 minutes when racing?
I mean, it depends on who you ask, but whatever. 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
True, but like for racing, it's like it just makes it dynamic enough that there's places to go, but they're never long enough to make a race-winning move. So it's a really good course it's a tactical nightmare, to be perfectly honest with you. I think today was a story of both more tactical and more technical than we all expected.
Oh, interesting. So what tires did you roll today?
I was on the Panaracer 45 Gravel Kings.
45, okay.
I think I rode 42s last year, 45s this year. I think it's a 50 course. I think anything more is overkill, to be perfectly honest, because there's a lot of road, and it's still a road finish, and I don't like sprinting on mountain bike tires.
Squishy mountain bike tires.
Exactly, and there's never anything rowdy enough, but my back is hurting at the minute, and I think the 50s would let you run a bit less pressure, and there's enough going on that a 50 would be nice.
Yeah. Justin, I kept saying to my lovely bride, I've done Leadville 5 times. My wife and I done it 4 times on tandem. So we have a sense of Leadville. And I just kept saying, like, this is freaking Leadville without the elevation. And you're racing Leadville this year. Do you do anything different? Anything new?
We will see if Leadville's in the car.
Hopefully you're doing Leadville this
Hopefully
year.
I'm
Right.
doing Leadville. I'm in the wild card selection pool for the Lifetime Grand Prix, and I think Hayden is as well, actually.
Are you?
23.
Yeah, he's in.
Nice.
So we're definitely fighting for those spots to get added to the GP and have Leadville as the next race on the docket after Unbound. So we'll see.
Awesome.
Soon.
Hang on his wheel at Leadville because he's a mountain biker.
Hopefully I'm in front of it if we're both there. But,
Fair enough. Well, you're not U23 anymore, are you?
I am not. I am well outside.
So you guys can ride together.
Yeah.
U23 races with the pros, so we'll be together.
We'll be together. The Texans will stick together. So we'll be
Yeah,
fine.
fair enough. Do you know him? He's San Antonio.
He is. Yeah, he is one of the local talents here. He is a fast kid, nice guy. It's great to see him come out to more races across Texas, and it's cool to see him be competitive at a national level as well. It's really,
sweet.
Really
Mehlman, where are you going? I was going to grab my water bottle. No, you're right in here. Mehlman just got back from his post-race massage. And you got some of the swag here from second place finish again this year. How was your day today? This is Chris Mehlman, by the way. I'm using nicknames.
I mean, it gets harder every year because these guys get faster. And then we have all these kids, like literally babies coming up.
He's 21. He can drink beer.
I can drink beer, so.
Okay. Well, the other guy in our group was 17. And when I heard that, I'm like, there's no way I can let a 17-year-old beat me. But
Dude got fifth with 17, wasn't he?
yeah, so he was with us until like,
The main climb on the ranch.
yeah, and then he blew. But like for a 17-year-old, that was very impressive. But yeah, it was just a great event again. Fun day, very windy, and the course this year was even better. The climbs they added just created a new dynamic, and definitely a few more places to split it. Just an overall a great day. So, and good for the Laverick, McQuerry, Mehlman household. We went all on the first, second, fourth. It's really David King's friend. Very nicely let us stay in his beautiful lake house. I asked him if it's for sale because he's a realtor. Because I need to get this.
If you're a realtor, everything's for sale.
Yeah, but just a great event, and always great to see everyone down here.
Awesome. You're a mountain biker. Did you ride a mountain bike today? What tires were you on?
I mean, I did ride, if you go back to probably about 2010 or early 2000s, I did ride mountain bike tires because I rode a 2-inch in the rear and 2.1 up front. They're gravel tread, but I rode inserts as well. I'm all about insurance and not flatting. So I'd rather ride a heavier setup and not flat. And so it's just nice being able to send it down stuff and like not have to worry as much. So.
Yeah, I'm talking to the podium here, so I'm guessing I know the answer, but did anyone flat?
Potentially. We're not really sure. Like, my front started hissing, and I got a spray of sealant for about 2 seconds. And then I bounced it and was like, oh, no. And then, I mean, I think I was lucky it was getting hotter as well, so my tire pressure was going up to let anything go. Anything went back in, but there was that one hairy moment.
Awesome. So, kind of, you have the natural version of that Paris-Roubaix, Wout van Aert, self-inflating thing, right?
That's what racing in Texas is like. The longer you stay here, the higher your pressure gets, so good for flatting.
Fair enough. Well, guys, congratulations, and I appreciate y'all hanging out, chatting. Hayden, good to meet you, and welcome to the crew here.
Awesome.
Nice job on your tandem win. I did not see a tandem podium. So
There was no tandem podium, which is good because Dee's still up the hill, and she's like, call me if I need to come down.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine after 5 hours plus hours together, you need a few hours apart, but it's still very impressive.
No comment, Your Honor.
Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that
better make it on.
That'll make it on. When we came over the hill, the paved hill, we came out. We had, I don't know, it was like mile 51 or 2 for us. Must have been. I don't know what it was for you guys, but you're on pavement, and then you go down that long downhill, paved, right? Tailwind. And I'm just thinking, like, we're going away from where the finish is. We have a tailwind right now, and I know where we're going to turn, and we're going to have to do that freaking climb again. And so, like, that was my low point until we had, like, 16 to go, and Dee's like, you're not talking to me, so we're stopping here, and you're going to regroup. And I was like, got it. And we had a great ride home.
That's awesome. Well, I have a lot of respect for you guys for doing that, because I would be too scared to ride a tandem, and I also don't think I could deal with riding with someone else.
I mean, we could do the tandem next year.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? There you go. Dude, throw down right there. I love it.
Texas versus the rest of the world.
I love it. I love it. By the way, I appreciate the 5 hour shout out, but no, 6 hours and 10 minutes. Dude, it was a long day. It was brutal.
Really
that is not really fast. We were 4.5 hours last year, so it was a big difference.
It's been windier this year.
It was windier this year,
You guys
yeah.
have a lot more surface area in the wind, so
Yeah, you guys are all kind. You're all kind.
Crosswind,
Yes.
I can't imagine.
It was fun. All right, thanks you guys, and hopefully we'll see you next year, and good luck for the rest of the season. Lifetime and whatever you're doing.
Well, I had a buddy back in 81, and we made ourselves a pact. We were headed for the new pipeline, we were never coming back. Well, we worked 80 hours, making time and a half, but the Grange was too damn hot. But we might down to the store and spend it all on pot. So I see you in Houston, if I ever get out that way. See you in Dallas, but I won't have long to stay if you're ever out west, son, and you're feeling like slowing down. Well, I see you around my hometown. Well, I played ball every single fall. I could run just like the wind. Went to college like they asked me to, but they didn't ask my friend. Well, I don't think I seen a single classroom, but hell, I drank a lot of beer. But I still love to listen to me when I talk about that year. So I see you in Houston, if I ever get out that way. See you in Dallas, but I won't have long to stay if you're ever out west, son, and you're feeling like slowing down. Well, I see you around my hometown. Well, I got myself this little band of hell, pretty good, I guess. But I never learned how to wear my hair, damn sure know how to dress. I'm leaving for the last time, honey, I'm never more to roam. Gonna pack my bags a little heavy this time, gonna head my ass back home. So I'll see you in Sweetwater, Texas, if I ever get out that way. See you in Mercury, but I won't have long to stay if you're ever out west, son, and you're feeling like slowing down. Well, I see you around my hometown. I'll see you around my hometown. R.I.P. Charlie Robinson. Thank y'all for having me out. Good luck tomorrow, everybody. Y'all are, my hat's off to y'all. Y'all are awesome. I could never ride a bike that far. I'd be cheating. Hands down. But y'all are awesome. It's definitely the most healthy crowd I've ever played to. I'm going to go do some push-ups. No, I'm not. Thank y'all.